We'll be good. We'll behave. Well, I'm glad I decided to show up.
Okay, me too.
Otherwise, it wouldn't have been
Sound test.
you guys.
Good afternoon, fellow peoples. Welcome to the September CPAC meeting. The time is now 4 o'clock. I'll call this meeting to order. We do not have a quorum. We'll jump right along to public comments. The two public comments that were submitted, the first one, I'd like to know which district collects the greatest amount of tax. Also, I'd like to know in which district is receiving the greatest benefit from tax being spent. Mr. Maloney, I don't know if that first part is even trackable to see which district collects the most tax. And as far as which districts receiving the greatest benefit from the tax being spent, all that information is on the website, correct? For all the current projects, that has a breakdown by district.
Yes. Can you hear me, sir?
You're muted.
We just can't hear.
No?
Test.
Or maybe we just need to turn our hearing aids up.
Michael, we can hear you on the Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Anna,
Still nothing.
still nothing, Mike. Well,
Chat
let's
that.
go ahead and go to the next one. Good afternoon. I was hoping you could provide me some updates regarding the Spears Creek Church Road widening project. Why does Spears Creek Road from Two Notch Road to Jacob Mill Pond Road? What is the current status of the project? I'm also wondering what the anticipated schedules are for finishing right-of-way acquisition and starting construction before your time. Mike, not to put you on spot again, but if in your presentation, if you can kind of touch on that once we get down to that part. Please, sir.
We can't hear Mr. Maloney, so someone is different.
Director Maloney, can you hear us? Okay, we can't hear you.
John, I think that's a problem on your end.
Yeah, Chairman
LaSasha,
Black. Chairman Black, Eva Prelo, we can hear him. I'm not sure why you can't hear him.
Eva, are you speaking?
Yes.
Okay, so the problem apparently is
So we
us
can,
not being able to hear you.
yeah, so we can hear, if you can see my head
There
nodding,
we go.
we could hear
Look now,
Director Maloney.
we
And we
tried.
can hear,
Give us a minute while we try to.
Heard something.
That's on top.
And you gotta give me props, LaSasha. I got your name right, LaSasha.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
There we go. We can hear
I
now.
want to say hello and thank you.
Thank you.
See y'all busy at work.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, now that we have LaSasha on board, Ms. Breland, the Office of Small Business Opportunities.
Thank you, John. I'm just going to go through the numbers of our SLBEs. Right now, we have 7 architectural and engineering, 60 construction, 72 non-professional services, 72 professional services, and 5 wholesale, which puts us at a total of 216 SLBEs to date. And we are continuing to add on to that number. We have 5 pending applications right now, 12 renewing applications as well. And just to talk about some of the events that we've had previously and what we have coming up. So in August, we held our virtual Lunch and Learn series. The event was titled Unlocking Opportunities, Effective Networking Strategies to Build, Grow, and Scale Your Business. That was held on Thursday, August 22nd, and we had 60 participants engaged from start to finish via Zoom. So we were really excited about that. And that event directly linked to our upcoming event that will be held this Wednesday. And that event is our annual. It used to be titled Engage Richland, but we rebranded it to Surge 24. which stands for Strategic Utilization of Resources for Growth and Expansion. It falls directly in line with the theme that we had this year, Build, Scale, Grow. And our event will be held this Wednesday, September 18th from 8 o'clock a.m. to 3 p.m. at the R2I2 Conference Center. That address is 763 Fashion Drive, Columbia, South Carolina, 29229. And let's talk about the event just for a little bit. Here's what you can expect. This is the first time ever that the Richland County OSBO office and the City of Columbia OBO, Office of Business Opportunities, have collaborated together for our annual event. We're going to have different breakout sessions, all targeting different hot topics in the small business community. Just to highlight a few, we have funding, AI, EV market, transportation with Director Maloney, funding, I mentioned that, food truck fundamentals, and construction 101. And then during lunch, we'll have a panel talking about the different opportunities on the procurement and certification side for local, state, and federal government entities. There will also be a vendor village portion where attendees will allow the spark of connection with different organizations that help small businesses specifically with business development tools and resources. And then to register, you can visit www.tinyurl.com/RCOSBO event. Or you can go on our website, richlandcountysc.gov/OSBO. And if you have any questions, please give us a call at 803-576-1540. And I yield with that. Any questions?
Any questions for LaSasha? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, we'll move on to the comment. We have the Honorable Maurice Pearl in person with us today.
Thank you, Chair Black. And everything up to page 4 is still ongoing. On page 4, we have a bench and shelter that is being removed from Broad River Road. And that is due to excessive loitering and litter. And that will be moved to, let's see, where are we at? That is going to be moved to Atlas Road. So that'll be, hopefully this month we'll have that done. The Atlas, it'll be in front of the Haven Apartments. We've had a request for that, so we'll be moving that bench and shelter to the Haven Apartments on Atlas. Other than that, we'll go on to the next page, item B for ridership, fixed route, ridership summary. The total ridership for August of 24, 148,840, compared to last year was 136,828. That's a ridership increase of almost 9%. And then previous month ridership comparison for August of 24, 148,840. And compared to July of 24, 140,230, a ridership increase of just over 6%. And if you move on to the next page, our average daily ridership is down just a little bit. And then on the next page, our USC ridership, we have 24,670 total passenger boardings for August of 24, an increase of 23,865 passengers compared to July of 24. And that is a significant increase that was due to school starting back up. And that was towards the end of August, on August 19th. We had school start back up. And then some football games as well. And then for your information, the next item C is the budget. And if you have any questions on that, if not, we'll move to item D for information only. And this is for the DBE goal. And that's still just below the DBE goal, we're below it by 0.1%. So our goal is 25%, we're at 24.9%. Right then, and we'll entertain any questions if anybody has any.
What would it take to get that other 10th of a percentage?
Based on what we have here, it could just be another increase, a slight increase in ridership,
Oh, that's
or it's minimal. The 0.1% will be minimal, and that should be something that we can attain going forward.
this month.
Yes.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir. Any questions for the comments? All right, next we'll move along to Director Maloney. The floor is yours, sir.
I'm assuming you can hear me now.
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. You had a couple of questions at the beginning. One was related to what district is receiving the most money. The penny was not kind of broken down into accounting for each district. For example, in the the current ordinance for a penny, they're they looking at a minimum amount, and that would be something that would require that kind of tracking. We do have projects that are in 2 and sometimes 3 districts, so we could account for that in the future, but at this time I don't have that exact information for what's in each district. And let me know if there's anything you want me to provide in that area.
I mean, if it's not tracked, I mean, it's hard to figure out without. I don't know, we can look to it and then we can just kind of follow up on it at the next meeting to see if we're able to figure anything out as far as any dollar amounts or whatnot.
Okay. The other question was related to Spears Creek Church Road. I don't know if there was something particular about Jacobs Mill Pond Road.
No. Just the.
Update on.
I just want to update on the Spears Creek Road from 2 Notch to Jacob Mill. How's everybody?
So, no.
From 2 Notch to Earth Road, which goes south east beyond Jacobs Mill Pond Road, is a 3-lane section that has no sidewalks. And then from so it's that section to Earth Road. It's a 5-lane section going to I-20. That project, and we just coordinated with DOT last week on, I believe it was Thursday, where they're reviewing any final comments to get it to land acquisition. So that's where it stands, is awaiting SCDOT approval to authorize us to proceed into land acquisition.
Gotcha. Thank you.
There is a city project, so Earth Road being that key breakpoint. There is a project on the northwest corner of Earth Road and Spears Creek Church Road under review by the city. They're requiring sidewalk along that, and so we're coordinating between our OET consultant and their designer to enable that to work after the widening project, and the city would be considering holding off on that until after the project's completed as far as widening the road. We've had call-ins in the past along a development area on Earth Road, and that Earth Road is maintained by the city of Columbia. And that development appears to not have traffic control about mid-block between Clumpson Road and Spears Creek Church Road. That would be something the city would lead on as far as anything that would happen out there. Traffic control wise in that particular road. Atlas Road goes to award this week. That is for Atlas Road widening 5 lanes utility relocation that was bid out. And that is from Shop Road and to Garner's Ferry Road. So that's where that is. They anticipate starting construction in the fall. Out for bid is Percival Road sidewalk. And that has a low bidder. So that is going to next week's transportation ad hoc committee meeting. And that's for sidewalk from Decker Boulevard to Forest Drive along one side of the road, and making some road improvements to recapture excess pavement that was once used as a left turn ramp into the Army base. In construction and closed is the sidewalk project on Sunset Drive. So Sunset Drive is closed for traffic. They're doing the water main installation at this time. And then we're preparing for the final, which would include asphalt paving on the dirt road projects that are under construction right now. We have in the packet, when you go through the projects, you're going to see some new drawings of, what the projects are. I'm just going by page 21, but I'm going to kind of go back up the pages where it shows, for instance, Crane Creek NIP, which wasn't always properly shown in the past, Atlas Road, Sunset Drive, Kelly Mill Road, Blythewood area improvements were recently improved as far as what it's showing, what the project is. Alpine Road has been improved. Crane Creek Greenway, you'll see on page 11 is showing where the greenway and trail are actually planned to be located along the Broad River, and Shop Road widening, Polo Road widening. Trenham Acres Newcastle NIP. So there's been adjustments to those drawings to reflect the actual project where they hadn't been updated in a while. I've got to take my hat off to Whitney Strother, who's there beside you, who has generated these new drawings, and we're able to do those in-house. So that's been very helpful. For instance, on page 7 at Trenham Acres Newcastle, it's showing the sidewalk connection to Park Lane, which wasn't shown before, and that was to ensure there's connection between the neighborhoods, the commercial district, and the schools. So those are now accurately depicted, and over 8 miles of sidewalk that is at DOT for an encroachment permit. Once we receive the permit, we can go ahead and bid that project out. She also did Rabbit Run Sidewalk, which is page 6. And that shows it going from the Garner's Ferry Connector Road on up to Trotter Road. The sidewalk is on one side, the westerly side of the road, and that's under encroachment permit review by DOT as well. And it looks like we got an update on Bluff Road Improvements Phase 2. In that, we are just before land acquisition as well, looking at operational changes. Even on the map, it shows a little marker for Bernie's Chicken, and there were some issues there, ensuring there'll be I believe a left turn out of that particular business. I know we have a new signal planned at Bluff Industrial Boulevard. That's part of the project. And so you can go through, and further down, there are other updates that Whitney provided for those maps. Currently, including the comment, the amount spent to date is $607 million. So you can go through our finance sheet and look for, the updates to the project expenses throughout. To date, for instance, and I get this question a lot with dirt roads. Are we almost done with the dirt roads? Are you going to be able to keep going? And at this point, we're at 24.6 million and expenses out of 45 million. So yes, we have quite a bit to do. We have 10 projects in District 10 in Lower Richland, where so far we've acquired 6 projects right away. We have the projects in final design. That's a little bit larger list of projects that have made it through final design. And we have 4 different firms that are out on, groups of projects getting any land necessary for the right of way. And so we expect to have a bid set out very soon for that. We tend to bid out about a mile at a time, which could be 3 to 5 dirt roads at a time. And that distance and size of project tends to attract our small contractors. Whenever we're speaking at neighborhood meetings related to that, we just let people know about OSBO and, the small business opportunities to that we have definitely a shortage in contractors and bidders out there due to the volume of work, in the Midlands going on with the interstates and other projects. This year, you saw kind of around different parts of the city and beyond a lot of asphalt going down, some of which was due to the penny and some of which was due to South Carolina DOT's own management of their projects, which was quite extensive this summer, and they're going to continue to be doing that. They were down kind of in the area of the VA at a community meeting talking about their current spend rate, on projects, and so they're going to continue with that for several years, and we kind of look forward to that, as well as we've got a lot of road resurfacing to do in the county. Any questions?
Any questions from anyone for Director Maloney? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have our next scheduled meeting will be October 21st. So unless anybody has any questions, comments, anything? 4:24, we are adjourned. Short, sweet, to the point.
I left them off just in time to say hello, right?
Right.